Amber Anning has delivered one of the most eye-catching performances of the indoor season, clocking a world-leading 50.51 seconds in the women's 400 meters in Fayetteville. This wasn't just a fast time, it was a statement of power, precision, and elite sprint engineering. Today, we're breaking down exactly what makes this performance so special, from biomechanics and physiology to race strategy and the science of speed endurance. What makes a 50.51 indoor 400 meters such a major achievement? Because the indoor 400 is one of the most physically demanding sprint events in track. The tighter turns, shorter straights, and constant force demands make it harder to maintain speed compared with outdoor racing. Running near the sub-50 barrier indoors signals world-class strength, technical efficiency, and championship readiness. Why did this performance feel like a moment of impact in the season? A world lead early in the indoor calendar shows that an athlete has reached peak conditioning at the perfect time. It reflects not only speed but also competitive sharpness, meaning the athlete is already operating at a level that can define the global standard for the year. What do track sensors and modern data systems reveal in a race like this? Track technology can measure reaction, acceleration curves, split distribution, and velocity maintenance. In a performance like Anning's, the data would show aggressive early speed combined with unusually low deceleration in the final stages, the hallmark of an elite 400 runner. Why does positioning matter so much indoors? Indoor racing is heavily influenced by geometry. Athletes must manage lane staggers, break points, and the psychological battle of being boxed in. A decisive move, especially coming off the turn, can separate the leader from the field instantly, and Anning's ability to shift into open space is part of her tactical strength. What is the physiological meaning of achieving a world lead during peak indoor season? It suggests the athlete's anaerobic system is operating at maximum efficiency. The body is producing extreme power while also tolerating high lactate accumulation. That balance is rare, and it is exactly what separates a fast sprinter from a championship 400 specialist. How does Amber Anning generate such explosive power at the start? The start depends on the central nervous system recruiting fast-twitch muscle fibers at maximum speed. These fibers generate high force instantly, allowing the athlete to accelerate with violent efficiency out of the blocks. Why is central nervous system activation so important in sprinting? Because sprinting is not only muscular, it is neural. The brain must fire motor units rapidly and in coordination. Elite sprinters train the nervous system to produce force faster, not just more force. What is the force-velocity profile, and why does it matter in the first 20 meters? Force-velocity profiling explains how much power an athlete can generate while moving at increasing speed. In the first steps, high horizontal force drives acceleration. The best athletes convert that force into velocity with minimal wasted motion. How does Anning transition from raw power into sustained speed for the full lap? The 400 requires a shift from pure acceleration into controlled kinetic maintenance. After the first phase, the athlete must stay relaxed, upright, and mechanically efficient while still producing near maximal output. What role does hip mechanics play in stride efficiency? Hip oscillation and pelvic rotation determine stride length and stability. Efficient athletes unlock longer strides without overreaching. Anning's hip mobility likely allows her pelvis to rotate smoothly while maintaining spinal neutrality, even under extreme stress. Why does pelvic control reduce wasted energy? Because excessive lateral movement steals forward momentum. A refined pelvic tilt keeps force directed straight into the track, meaning more energy contributes to speed rather than side-to-side motion. How much force does a sprinter apply to the track in a race like this? Elite sprinters generate multiple times their body weight in ground reaction forces with every step. The key is producing massive force in extremely short ground contact times, which is essential for maintaining top speed indoors. Why is ground contact time so critical? The less time the foot spends on the ground, the more efficiently the athlete cycles through strides. Short contact time combined with high force output is one of the strongest predictors of elite sprint performance. How do footwear and strike patterns affect indoor speed? Indoor spikes are engineered for energy return and grip on the curve. A well-timed strike minimizes braking forces and maximizes elastic rebound, helping prevent deceleration, especially in the final turn. What makes the indoor 400 so brutal in the closing stages? Because the athlete is fighting rising acidity in the muscles, reduced neural sharpness, and mechanical breakdown. The final straight is not just about speed, it's about maintaining structure under fatigue. How do champions maintain form under heavy lactate load? Through specific speed endurance training, core stability, and technical discipline. The best runners hold posture, arm rhythm, and stride timing even when the body is screaming to slow down. What does strategic pacing look like in a race like Anning's? It requires controlled aggression. Too fast early leads to collapse. Too conservative leaves no chance to win. The perfect 400 is a balance, powerful positioning early, smooth velocity through the middle, and technical survival in the final 100. What does this performance suggest about Amber Anning's level right now? It suggests she is operating at the highest international standard. A world-leading indoor time like this reflects a rare combination of explosive power, biomechanical efficiency, and competitive intelligence. Why does this matter beyond one race? Because indoor world leads often predict outdoor breakthroughs. It signals that the athlete's training system is working, their body is peaking, and they are ready to shape the global championship season. Finally, Amber Anning's 50.51 in Fayetteville is more than a fast result. It is a blueprint of modern sprint performance. Explosive neural power, refined hip mechanics, massive ground reaction forces, and elite pacing strategy all come together in one perfectly engineered lap. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown of speed science and championship sprinting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more educational athletics content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.